Good afternoon, Southwest Florida. I'm Bri Walling. This Naples Herald Lunch Break is sponsored by our friends at Fusillo Kia of Cape Coral. This afternoon, we'll talk about Winter Olympics bringing rival nations closer, Michelle Obama releasing her long-anticipated memoir, and more. Today is Monday, February 26th, and this is the Lunch Break. 7 years after a successful Olympic bid that changed its people and its landscape forever, Pyeongchang finally exhaled. Workers yanked down paper signs by the hundreds, and busloads of Olympians, journalists, and support workers rolled toward train stations and highways in the aftermath of a Winter Games that was as political as it was athletic. International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach echoed that sentiment in the closing ceremony Sunday night, saying that the centerpiece political event of the Games was a joint Korea's team marching together and in some cases competing together as a beacon for a troubled world. The Korean women's hockey team did that for sure. Thrown together just a few weeks before the Games, players from the North and South were thrust together, and with the help of their Canadian coach, they came together as a competent, if not particularly effective team that captured the attention of many Olympics watchers. Along the way, they developed what they uniformly say was camaraderie and even great affection. Their governmental counterparts were showing signs of communication as well. Contrast that with dispatch hours earlier, in which the North declared, "We will never have face-to-face talks with the U.S. even after 100 or 200 years. But 12 hours later, news of its willingness to talk emerged from Seoul. As for the Olympics and the attention and people they bring to the relatively remote plateau of northeastern South Korea, it's not quite finished just yet. The Paralympics Games, held immediately after the Olympics using the same facilities, will be staged from March 9th through the 18th, albeit with a lower profile and attendance. As vehicles line up at the Border Patrol's checkpoint a half-hour drive north of the U.S.-Mexico border, its agents have around 10 seconds to check each driver to decide which few they'll stop for additional inspection. It's a situation challenged constantly by smugglers, sometimes with deadly consequences. In July, 10 migrants died after a tractor-trailer packed with people made it through Laredo North, only to be discovered 2 hours later in a Walmart parking lot in San Antonio. The Border Patrol considers its 34 permanent interior checkpoints along the southern border, such as Laredo North, a crucial layer to the strategy to stop smuggling. The checkpoints inside the U.S. can be up to 100 miles from any border, in addition to the ports of entry where people face inspection when coming into the country. But agents who work at the Laredo North checkpoint say they're understaffed and sometimes overwhelmed by traffic. And while top border officials say Trump's proposed border wall would help cut the number of overall smuggling cases, some critics don't believe a wall would reduce illegal immigration and is drawing attention and money away from checkpoints and other critical needs of the border. Criticizing the wall as a 14th century solution, Representative Henry Cuellar wants the U.S. Customs and Border Protection to invest in additional scanners, interceptor boats, and radio towers for remote border areas, and also says the government should fund retention bonuses to keep agents from leaving the patrol. Michelle Obama's memoir, one of the most highly anticipated books in recent years, is coming out November 13th. The former First Lady tweeted Sunday that the book, to come out a week after the 2018 midterm elections, is called Becoming. By Sunday night, her memoir was in the top 20 on Amazon.com. In her book, she talks about her roots and how a little girl from the south side of Chicago found her voice and developed the strength to use it to empower others. She hopes her journey inspires readers to find the courage to become whoever they aspire to be. She and her husband last year reached a joint agreement with Penguin Random House for their respective books. The deal is believed to be well in excess of $30 million. Memoirs by former First Ladies usually sell well, with notable works including Laura Bush's Spoken from the Heart and Hillary Clinton's Living History. Michelle Obama's memoir is expected to be a major commercial and cultural event. She's admired around the world and has never told her side of the story at length. Her only previous book was a 2012 work on gardening called American Grown. The memoir will be published simultaneously in 24 languages, from Swedish to Arabic, and Michelle expects to promote Becoming in the U.S. and overseas. And that was the lunch break for today. I'm Bri Walling. For your twice daily news fix, head over to the Naples Herald YouTube channel and subscribe. Leave us a comment to let us know your thoughts on the news or what you would like to hear about. The lunch break airs Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. right here at NaplesHerald.com. And don't forget to check out our morning report that also airs Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.